Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another session of Ayush Talks. Today's session will feature Ayurveda teacher and researcher, Dr. Pooja Sabharwal. Dr. Sabharwal is engaged in extensive research in the field of integrative oncology and epigenetics through Ayurveda. She is part of 2 projects related to integrative oncology, and she has received the National Human Rights Award from the All India Human Rights Association and the Ayurveda Excellence Award from the Union Minister of Communication. She has been an international coordinator for various international Ayurveda conferences, and she is associated with various international associations. She has also served as an Ayurveda consultant in Germany on deputation from the Department of Ayush of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare set up by the Government of India. In this session, Dr. Sabharwal will talk about how one health, one earth, and one family, which is the tagline of the G20 this year, can be achieved by including Ayurvedic wisdom for a better life and mind. Dr. Sabharwal, would you like to join us, please? Namaste.
Yeah. Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So I'm going to hand over the session to you now, and I'll see all of you at the end when we open for questions.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Sophia. So very good afternoon to everyone. And at the outset, I would like to convey my thanks to, first of all, my very dear Mala Kapadia ji, and for recommending my name to Center for Ayurveda Studies, and of course, Sophia, for implementing the same. And I appreciate the Center for Ayurveda Studies for promoting indigenous knowledge and cultural heritage as Indica Academy. So if I talk about the topic of the talk, which is the global trends in traditional Indian medicine research with special reference to G20. Why I'm talking about this topic? Because this is the this is the present status of what is the present status of our traditional Indian system of medicine going on at this juncture when G20 presidency, India is hosting, our country, our nation, India is hosting G20 presidency. So I have written one article related to this, that is marching towards Amrit Kal, that is at the rate G20 with Ayurveda, the soft power of India, which was published in January 2023 session of Integrative Medicine Case Reports. So this was the article which has been published. That is how, like India, we can march towards Amrit Kal with the this very precious presidency which have been given to India, our country, our nation, because we the Indians, we are really fortunate to have G20 presidency this year, that is 2023. So India has a lot to contribute to improve world's economy by achieving sustainable development goals. Indian knowledge system of Ayurveda, which is actually soft power of our country. So of India, which is capable of achieving universal health. And G20 is actually a platform to showcase the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda, which is not only meant for human beings, but also for animals, plants, and environment. And I once again appreciate Indica Academy for propagating this traditional Indian system of medicine by doing such kind of activities. So the traditional Indian system of medicine, Ayurveda, which is in our culture, we need not to inculcate this thing, because this science is in our culture, has the potential to become future medicine of the world. So as the latest researches in conventional medicine and IT sector are only decoding the scientific aspects of Ayurvedic fundamental concepts. This is really very interesting because as an academician and as a researcher, because this is every day we are doing. We have graduation here, we have post-graduation here. So we are indulged in extensive research for various fundamental, and moreover, my subject in which my expertise is, it is the fundamental subject of Ayurvedic science. So when I, start doing any kind of research on very fundamental concept of Ayurveda, so, when I saw that in conventional medicine, there are many researches which are going on that are only decoding the fundamental concepts of Ayurveda. If I give you, there are many examples, but if I give you one or two examples, say for example, the concept of epigenetics. The concept of epigenetics, it's a new science for contemporary medicine, but for Ayurvedic science, which is 5,000 years back, when I started working on it, so like it came to my knowledge that this concept is already there in Ayurvedic science in the form of 6 procreative factors, in the form of ancient embryology. So we are here, we as a researcher and as an academician, we are here just to validate that concept through the language of research. That is why, you know, our Honorable Prime Minister always emphasize that yes, Indian system, Indian knowledge of science, that traditional Indian system of medicine, it is very, very, you know, potential science. But the only thing is to, you know, put forward all the concepts, all the, you know, fundamentals in scientific language. So that is what we are trying. We are trying to contribute to our science through various observational studies to validate the fundamental concepts. So Ayurveda is in our culture. That is why I said that this is in our culture. This is nothing new to us, right? So, but, you know, on the other side, the IT sector, you know, like the contemporary science, that they all are just decoding all these fundamental concepts. So, the latest global research, if I say, for example, the artificial intelligence and machine learning is indulged to know the complex description of human body as mentioned in ancient texts. Similarly, science of epigenetics, which I have already mentioned, the latest global trend of merging ancient wisdom of subtle body with the science of quantum physics to bring wellness through integrative quantum health is achieving many milestones. Because as I can observe that the main target, main notion of Indica Academy is to explore which is hidden in this potential science. So the very unique concept of Ayurvedic science is the concept of subtle body, which is not there in conventional medicine. Conventional medicine is working on tissues, organs, and organ system. And the Ayurvedic medicine, it is working on the subtle, unique concept of that is also known as in, if I say in Sanskrit, that is the Sukshma Shari. There is one gross body and one is cosmic body. There are a lot of references. There is a lot of description which is available about the cosmic body, and we are doing some researches on that, on subtle body, for to assess the therapeutic potential to create non-pharmacological interventions, because non-pharmacological intervention is equally important as compared to the interventional modalities. So the purpose of our research is to explore that concept, to create evidences for that concept. Say for example, the concept of chakras. The concept of chakras is very much there in our Ayurvedic science, in Vedic literature, in Upanishads, in Puranas, and in even classical Ayurvedic literature. There are many references of chakras, and here as a academician and as a researcher, we are trying to explore the therapeutic potential in various diseases. That, for example, one study which is on hypothyroidism, another study which already has been done, that is on cancer, to see the therapeutic potential of chakras in for the treatment, or you can say management of cancer, along with the conventional treatment. Because integrative approach is always good to treat patients. That is my belief. Right. So, like similarly, the other science, the other thing is that is the concept of Ayurvedic. See, Ayurveda, and this is marriage of Ayurveda and the science of bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is a science where we can see, Ayurvedic. I have already written one article which has been published in UGC Care Journal. That is during COVID-19. That was to see the potential of the herbs of Ayurveda, which is available in Ayurveda, to see their potential in COVID-19, because there was a lot of discussion going on that whether Ayurvedic drugs, they are potent for treatment of COVID-19. One thing was to show them the result through the subjective improvement. Another was to create the clinical and the research evidences. So there was a answer in form of Ayur informatics, that when we when we saw in like various researches in various herbs, like for example in ashwagandha, for giloy, for amla, for all these drugs, when there is a relevant data that in silico docking of COVID-19 protein was very efficiently done with these herbs. So this is the science of iron informatics. So this is like that. The contemporary IT sector or artificial intelligence or machine learning or the science of bioinformatics or epigenetics, they are just decoding all the fundamental concepts of our rich traditional Indian system of medicine. So this is also one of the theme of G20 presidency, that this is the prime time to showcase the potential of Ayurveda to all these G20 countries, and also to non-G20 countries, where the work is really relatively, it's already have been done, and many potential, like projects in collaboration, they are going on. So that's the soft power of India. That is our traditional Indian system of medicine, like Ayurveda, is globally trending from the perspective of research. So from the perspective of research, it is really, trending. So similarly, many other areas like stress management, dreadful diseases management, and integrated approach, lots of windows of scope are there to highlight. So for any stream, if we say like for any stream, to excel globally, there are three main pillars, which I feel, because, like I have a lot of international experience. So there are mainly three pillars. One is public, another is scientific community, and the third pillar is policymakers. So if I talk about the public acceptance, as per my experience and my colleagues who are working internationally, the public demand of Indian system of medicine, that is Ayurveda, it's really very high. Public, they want to know their prakriti, they want to know their dietary management according to the seasons, and for their nadi pariksha, for other things like these words. I think my colleagues who are listening me, or maybe after the session, they will definitely say yes, they will second me for this thing, that yes, the public demand of Ayurveda is really very much. The public, in India, these words are not very much popular among Ayurveda fraternity, and relatively, the circle around them only. But nobody is, aware about this term, the Nadi Pariksha or Prakriti. But outside India, these words are very popular. These concepts are very popular. Right. So whoever, like when we travel to South India, or in to Himalayas, where the tourism, that is the hub of tourism, they all are very much keen to know about, they are coming to Ayurvedic centers for their Prakriti assessment, for their constitution, to know about their constitution, for dietary management. So this is the public acceptance. The public acceptance is relatively, comparatively high. And the another pillar is scientific community, which is including us, the scientific community here and outside India. So they are trying to, like again, which I said, that they are trying to decode the hidden scientific potential of all these fundamentals. Another aspect is policymakers. So these three things already, they are doing their work. Like in G20 also, I will give you, I will highlight the two reports, of G20 related Ayurveda meetings. So as Ayurveda, like yoga, is the soft power of our country, is popular among international population. Even scientific community is doing a lot of collaborative researches with Ministry of Ayush. Policymakers have shown interest by establishing Ayush chairs, bilateral collaborations. So G20 is a big platform to give a great impact for legal acceptance of Ayurveda by showcasing the scientific aspect maximum to the policymakers, by creating country-specific Ayurveda scope, potential to bring health and peace and economical growth of the respective country, by drafting policies for mobilizing communities towards sustainable lifestyle with Ayurveda and enhancing this for zero carbon lifestyle with Ayurveda, and sensitization towards Ayurveda intervention for pro-planet behavior and for triple planetary crisis. Because our Prime Minister's movement for life for environment, that was also very, a very prime area to work with Ayurveda. Because with Ayurveda, we can give many innovations, many ideas for climate change, for life, for environment, and for these particular words which have been given by our Honourable Prime Minister only, that is pro-planet behavior and for triple planetary crisis, we can definitely give a lot with our this rich traditional Indian knowledge system. See, the world is suffering from pain of war, and to convert the era of war to era of peace, integrative healthcare system is the political narrative, as holistic healthcare system, as Ayurveda science has always emphasized that physical, emotional, and mental health are interconnected. This is a very, strong line. See, because, you can see that throughout the globe, there is war, there is negativity. So to bring that era of war, to bring, to convert, to, move towards the era of peace, the traditional Indian system of medicine, which is not only speaking about the physical health, but also speaking about the mental health, the spiritual health. So we need to incorporate this system of medicine. We need to enhance the acceptance of this traditional Indian system of medicine in these G20 countries as well as in non-G20 countries through various other platforms. So human being, I usually say this thing to my students, that human being is a miniature of this universe, because human energy field, which is made up of our chakras, we all have our aura, right? So this human energy field is surrounded by the earth energy field, and the earth energy field is surrounded by the universal energy field. So the human being is basically a miniature of this universe. So as human energy, as I said, so by adopting Ayurveda for sustainable lifestyle, for environment, it is possible to bring one health, one family, and one world, that is the Amrit Kal, and showcasing Ayurveda through innovative ideas at India's G20 presidency will definitely mark a historical benchmark. Now, I would like to highlight regarding the two meetings of health working group, which is talking about health throughout these G20 countries. The very first meeting was held in Kerala itself. So that was focused on integrative and preventive healthcare system, where various talks were there, and they discussed about the integration of traditional Indian system of medicine, that is Ayurveda, as a preventive modality and as an integrative modality for treatment of various chronic and dreadful diseases as well. So various policies have been drafted, and they will come as a concluding paper during the final event of G20, I guess so. And the second meeting, which was there in Goa in month of April, so there the motive of that talk was digitalization of healthcare system, where Ayurveda's scope of digitalization through artificial intelligence and machine learning, which I have mentioned. So that is why various collaborations with IITs and they are, pipeline also, and many collaborations already have been occurred with Ministry of Ayush to just decode all the, the understanding of human body. This is very important. We are talking about, see, personally, I feel that before jumping into clinical trials with Ayurvedic drugs, we need to understand the human perspective, the understanding of human body's perspective from Ayurveda point of view. Like if we talk about doshas, we talk about dhatus, so how we can understand all this terminology, these terminologies in terms of a scientific language. This is very important to know, first of all. So this was regarding the G20 and other the status of Ayurveda. So, like if I talk about traditional Indian system of medicine, this has been utilized to treat ailments and support general wellness centuries ago. So, among the various types of Ayurveda has gained international recognition, so including in G20 countries as well. So, objective of see, I'm working a lot. I'm working a lot on G20s because this is a great platform. So I have written 2-3 articles, as well as I have written commentaries to various journals to see the potential, how we can like shake the mind of policy makers to include this science as an integrative and preventive modality, as a mainstream medicine, or as a for the main thing is for the legal acceptance of this science across various countries, which is not being like this is not very much there. So for that we need to have a brainstorming sessions with various policymakers, the scientific communities, and to let them know that how the Ayurveda science is very much scientific, and how we can integrate, how we can prevent the diseases scientifically, not by saying, but scientifically also. We can have various observational studies, we can have evidences, we can document the things. So that is really very important. So the objective of this particular you can say topic or talk is really to evaluate the present state of Ayurveda research in G20 countries, to identify the principal domains of research in Ayurveda, to investigate the cultural, social, and economical aspects of that affect the utilization and recognition of Ayurveda in distinct countries. It's not only for the health care system, it's also to promote cultural, social, and economical aspects that really affects the utilization and recognition of Ayurveda in these distinct countries. Then to examine the possible challenges. It's not that easy. Just by saying that acceptance of Ayurveda for healthcare system, for social, for economical, and for cultural acceptance, it's not that easy. We will definitely face challenges. To just examine the possible challenges associated with amalgamating Ayurveda with conventional medicine in diverse countries, we need to sit and discuss about with various country how it is going to impact the both sides. On both sides, what could be the possible impact, what could be the possible challenge to implement the same thing. Then proposing approaches to encourage collaborative research endeavors in Ayurveda research among these nations. So basic aim of this talk and my various upcoming talks is to enhance comprehension of worldwide trends in Ayurveda research and to encourage the assimilation of Ayurveda into national healthcare system. This is the main aim, to incorporate Ayurveda for the national healthcare system. So this, which requires a lot of discussions, collaborations, and also facing the challenges. So as I said, numerous studies have documented the increase of traditional Indian system of research output in G20 countries, with India leading the way. According to a recent bibliometric analysis, India counts more than 50% of the traditional Indian system research output among G20 countries, followed by China, Brazil, and Mexico. The G20 will provide a broad spectrum of plans that evidence knowledge-based data, including discussing all emergent health concerns and seeking to confirm adequate financing to manage the pandemic and protect people, especially those at risk. So now we need to analyze the key research areas. As I said, the key research areas, mainly, especially chronic ailments such as diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and cancer. Among various treatment options, herbal treatment is preferable because of its, as it is, it's been said, non-toxic and inherent healing property. A number of nutritional and herbal supplements have shown promise as alternate treatment. Additional research areas include pharmacology, pharmacognosy, toxicology, and formulation development. Here I would like to highlight a thing. See, everyone is talking about sustainable development goals. And one of the sustainable development goals, which I have, pasted in my office as well, that is the good health and well-being. Another is to bring peace, quality life, right? So we always talk about healthy progeny, how to have healthy progeny. This very rich concept is there in Ayurveda, right? There is a concept of six procreative factors, that there is impact of maternal nutrition, there is impact of paternal nutrition, there is impact of maternal psyche as well as paternal psyche. More above that, it has been written in Ayurvedic text that, there is an impact of the habitat where you are having your birth. That is that place, that land, the property of that land, the property.
Dr. Sabharwal, are you there? We're just going to check and get back to everyone. I think she's just reconnecting with her internet. Namaste, everyone. Yes, I think there seems to be some internet connectivity with Dr. Sabharwal. We're just checking with her and we should be able to reconnect. So just thank you for your patience. We're trying to bring her back. So she will be with us shortly. She's just messaged me saying she's going to be joining us. Thank you so much, everyone, for your patience.
Okay. So I'm really sorry it was disconnected due to some technical hitch. So I was talking about the examination of key research topics where I was mentioning about the concept of healthy progeny in Ayurveda, which is there in very much extensively it has been explained, and we are trying to create evidences with through various observational studies in collaboration with AIMS New Delhi, where we have published various articles in this stream that how the concept of healthy progeny it can be enhanced with collaboration, and we can bring the concept of this healthy progeny through scientific research. So, examination of key research topics and patterns in traditional Indian system of medicine underscores the potential of Ayurveda in elevating the rising burden of chronic ailments and in fostering personalized medicine. This is also a very rich concept. That is the concept of personalized medicine. The increasing focus on the molecular mechanism of Ayurvedic therapies offers exciting opportunities for merging modern scientific practices with traditional knowledge. And the comparison of traditional Indian system of research productivity and impact between G20 and non-G20 countries reveals the importance of addressing language and cultural diversity in scientific communication. So, like basically, India's G20 presidency is a golden opportunity for showcasing a country's potential areas to contribute towards world's economical growth, which I personally feel that we can definitely, as an Ayurveda expert, we can contribute towards world's economical growth. Ayurveda, the traditional Indian system of medicine, which is again, it's a soft power of the country, must mobilize communities towards lifestyle as per ancient wisdom as global drive for attaining sustainable goals. This is my, like key mantra or the talk, key mantra of the talk, that the traditional Indian system of medicine, that is the soft power of our country, it must mobilize various communities towards the lifestyle, which as per ancient wisdom as global drive for attaining all the sustainable development goals. This is possible by targeting life for all, the key word which is given by our Honourable Prime Minister at for climate change summit, at climate summit last year only. Life can be achieved by reducing poverty and bringing health for all by adopting zero carbon lifestyle, pro-planet behavior, and integrated wellness with Ayurveda. World's economical growth depends upon life, which further depends upon health, right? So climate and reduction in poverty. Health is not only that we are taking care of our health with preventive modalities, but yes, it depends upon our environment, the culture also, various things. It's an integration of various things. It's not only that health is only with the right food choices and the right, treatment available at timely treatment available. So basically, where we are living, this is just by, contributing for the development of our country. So yes, if we can adopt Ayurveda lifestyle, so that will definitely lead towards the climate change, positive climate change, and it will lead to life. And then health can be achieved by integrated approach by adopting Ayurveda lifestyle or bringing clean climate, pro-planet behavior lifestyle for health environment must be encouraged through youth, because youth can play a major role in achieving above set targets by creating various startups for environment cleaning projects for good climate, creating apps for sensitization and awareness of Ayurveda lifestyle among public. For that, which I felt as an academician, I'm very honest with you, all the participants, that as an academician, what I realized that when students they are opting BMS, opting Ayurveda as their professional degree, they are not very much happy. They are frustrated. They are frustrated that the first line of choice was the conventional medicine. That was not possible. So they are coming just to Ayurveda as a second or tertiary choice. So when they are frustrated, then how they can have the interest in Ayurvedic studies? To just by observing these things from many years, what from my side, we started a project under CCRS with Ministry of Ayush only for the sensitization and awareness of Ayurveda among school students. When like the school student is very well versed with the Ayurvedic system of Indian system of medicine, then only they will be interested in future for choosing Ayurveda as a professional course. So that is what we did, and we did the Olympiad, that was Ayurveda Education Olympiad as a Spark project, and we have received many registrations, almost more than 500 registrations. Within the time was only 15 days. Within 15 days, we have received 487 registration. Out of that, 350 students that they appeared for that Olympiad, and the success rate was really great. So that is the groundwork which we need to do, because if our youth is not very much sensitive towards Ayurveda lifestyle, then what is the fun of treating only old age patients or the chronic ailments? Ayurveda is not only limited up to chronic ailments. Ayurveda, as I said in the very beginning of my talk, that Ayurveda is in our culture. It is not that it's something which is an old tradition, which is really a bad thing, which we usually come across, that it's something which is an old tradition. No, it is in a very much in our culture. We need to sensitize our youth for the like acceptance of Ayurveda. For that, we did that sensitization, and we are trying to do in line with various other projects. Just to, because when I see the faces of the youth which is coming to study for our in our professional courses, it's very difficult to convince them the scientific aspect of this course. So yeah, like they are always running towards modern science, to read modern science, and to more and more, because Ayurveda education system is like we need to study both the sciences, Ayurveda as well as modern. The dominance is always in our students is of modern medicine. So to create right sensitization, say for example, I usually give my students assignment which is dominating, the Ayurveda part is dominating. For example, today only I taught this cranial nerves. So in cranial nerves, the dominancy was like I told students to bring the case studies of cranial nerves, like any disease which is really, for example, facial nerve palsy, Bell's palsy. So the cases, go and bring cases which have been treated with of facial nerve palsy, which with Ayurveda only. So just to create the interest in students. Otherwise, I can teach them cranial nerves and I can come back. No, it's not like that. We need to change the teaching module also. But before that, it is important to go to the root level. So the root level is school students, college students. So that is why I said awareness among the youth is really very important. We are talking about acceptance of Ayurveda in G20 countries, but honestly, first of all, there is a need of acceptance in our own country, in our youth, in our scientific community. Very important to have the acceptance and awareness among students and youth of our own country. So the youth can play a major role in achieving above set targets by creating startups for environment, cleaning projects for good climate, creating apps for sensitization and awareness of Ayurveda lifestyle among people, among public. Collaborative startups with IT sector to incorporate wisdom of artificial intelligence to decode rich ancient knowledge in contemporary purview. And priority of youth, specifically Ayurvedic aspirants, must be highlighting the concept of Ayurveda for intervention of non-pharmacological modalities for bringing peace in the world. One health, one earth, and one family, which is a tagline of G2023, can be achieved by inculcating Ayurveda wisdom by promoting through digital platform and communication as a political narrative to convert era of war to era of peace. So this is something which I have highlighted. This is based upon my articles which I have written for the acceptance of our traditional Indian system of medicine and promotion of Ayurveda and traditional Indian knowledge system of medicine through this very precious event, which is G20. From last 1 year, the activities are going on. So I'm just contributing a little bit of mine by highlighting the importance of and how we can achieve, how we can have the legal acceptance. So this was my a little bit input. Thanks, Sophia and Indica Academy, for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to have your feedback, your questions, so that we can implement in our academics and research activities. Thank you so much. And again, once very much thanks to my very dear Mala Kapadia ji, who is constantly promoting. I really appreciate her, that how she is promoting Ayurveda at various platforms. So my heartfelt thanks to you, madam. Thank you so much. So now I invite Sophia to please continue the session. Is there, Sophia, can you hear me? Or should I continue with the answers to the queries, or with the suggestions we can discuss?
Yeah, Sophia ji will ask you. She will take care
Sorry?
the Q&A. No. Sophia ji will come and she will take care the Q&A. She will read it for you.
Namaste. Sorry, I was having internet problems.
Okay.
Sorry.
And I apologize. My apologies for a little interruption because of the internet here. Yeah, problem. Sorry.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Sabharwal. And don't worry, I think today's just been a bad day for internet, because I could see y'all, but I couldn't hear y'all. But everything seems to be working all right now. And we already seem to have a few questions, so maybe we can address them. Abhijit ji is asking, could you give a couple of use cases, if any, where Ayurveda can deal with climate change? Since perhaps the popular perception of Ayurveda is that it draws from nature, so is there a probability of looping back from source to fix something else in the source itself? It's a long question. You can even look at it in the box.
In box, I can see two questions. One is by Jay Lakshmi Jain Ramanji. That is, I feel children in Indian schools should be taught to identify their three doshas and to adopt their diet and lifestyle based upon their Prakriti and Vikriti. Yeah, this is a really very good suggestion, Jay Lakshmi ji. But yeah, this could be a second and means like the following step, which we initiated with the sensitization and awareness. We can have various workshops in schools and like in colleges, to let them know that what is the concept of Prakriti, and definitely we can start this campaign. So second is, Sophia, the second question or suggestion is, there is any coordinating center medicinal plants among G20 countries in India? So the answer is that yes, there is an upcoming institute in Jamnagar, which is going to be, the name is, the appropriate name actually, maybe I'm not getting properly. There is a center for traditional Indian, not traditional system of medicine. There is a coordinating center in Jamnagar, which is going to be open in month of August or in September, I guess. There is a conference, there is an international conference in month of August there. So that is a global traditional medicine center, where various researches on various aspects, including plants as well, they are going to initiate. But before that also, there are many collaborative research centers where studies on plants, they have already been done. Say, for example, in COVID, many studies have been done in during that time, and before also, and at present also, at various centers, many studies are going on including plant research.
Thank you
That
so
question
much.
I'm not able to
If you
see.
scroll in the box, you'll see it's the first question. It's from Abhijit Das ji. I'm going to paste it in the chat box. And
Okay, please paste it in chat box, because I can see only two queries. That's it.
I've sent it to you, Dr.
Yeah,
Sabharwal.
now I can see. Now I can see. Can you give a couple of use cases, if any, where Ayurveda can deal with climate change? Since perhaps the popular perception of Ayurveda is that it draws from nature. Yes, this is right. So, is there a probability of looking back from source to fix something else in the source itself? See, I can't, at present, I'm not able to quote any case or any reference, but yes, there are many plants in described in Ayurvedic literature. Say, for example, the plants which yields maximum oxygen, right? So we can start cultivating all those. We can enhance the cultivation of all those plants which are producing as much as oxygen in our like near houses or in our circle or in our society. Or so this is like one of the example is giloy, right? Giloy is also very rich in oxygen, yielding oxygen. So this is how we can little bit changes we can. But yes, of course, whosoever has sent me the query, Sophia ji, I would like to definitely, I will search for the case studies if any available. So I'll share later on with you, and you can share with the person who has sent this
Yes,
query.
Abhijit Das ji, if you would like to send us your email address, we'll forward it to Dr.
Yeah,
Sabharwal.
I will work on it, and it's a very nice question. It's a good question, very deep questions, and I will definitely work on it. I will see if there is any study available. But yes, there are references of plants who are yielding as much as oxygen, and we can cultivate that. That is what the answer.
Okay, I'm just sending you the email address, Dr. Sabharwal. He has shared it.
Yeah, surely.
Your
Yeah,
address has been shared, Abhijit Das ji. Thank you so much.
all right.
We have one
All
more
right.
question. Jitendra ji is asking, is there any coordinating center or medicinal?
Yeah, I have, Sophia ji, I have answered to that query already.
Okay. I
Yeah.
just saw that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's any more. Jitendra ji is saying thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I think that looks like all the questions, unless someone has any more questions. And of course, if you come up with questions later, please feel free to email them to us, or you can even get in touch with Dr. Sabharwal directly. Is it okay if we ask you to share your Gmail address or a website where any of our participants from today can reach
Yeah,
you?
I can. I'll type my email ID. So please send me the suggestion. Whatever I have talked today, that is only my viewpoints, right? This was not a scientific talk or to explain any scientific thing. It was not that technical. It was just my viewpoints, which I'm collecting and writing in form of publications and everything, just to propagate my science as this Indica Academy is doing. So this is my aim is to legally to get the legal acceptance of our rich science throughout the globe. So that is why I'm trying to do, because God has given me this opportunity to create evidences as a researcher, because we have post-graduation with us. We have graduation with us. We have that opportunity. So that is what I am utilizing on daily basis to create evidences through various observational studies. So this was only my viewpoints. Please give me some suggestions or your feedback. Yeah, I'm writing my email ID.
Thank you so much. And the very valid things that you're doing. Thank you so much for your contributions, Dr. Sabharwal. And while she's sharing her address, I'd just like to remind all our participants that these sessions are recorded. So you can watch them again, just to understand everything that was spoken about today on the Indica Yoga website, our YouTube channel, as well as our social media channels. Koti ji, will you please share her address with everyone? So I'll put it in it's only come to me. So we'll put that in a second. So while Koti ji is doing, I think we have a few more questions. No, that's just Abhijit ji saying thank you to you, Dr. Sabharwal, for an engaging and thought-provoking session on a wide but still less known. Yes, among the people of India, that's true, but that's why Indica Yoga is here, and that's why Center for Ayurveda Studies is here. So hopefully that will change.
Yeah.
For everyone who's watching, in the chat box, we've put Dr. Sabharwal's email address if you'd like to get in touch with her. Before we leave, is there any advice you'd like to leave us with before we sign out, Dr. Sabharwal?
Just my appreciation to Indica Academy and the participants who are listening. Please give your suggestions and feedback so that we can incorporate in our research studies. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I will see all of you next Monday for our next session of Yoga Insights. Namaste. Thank you.